Well, here we are, collectors. We've come to the show in the cornfield outside of Cincinnati or Columbus, whatever you want to say. It's about 50 miles either way from both towns in Wilmington, Ohio. Sponsored by the Ohio Valley Collectors Association, and it's June 16th, 2017. This is always a good show because it's primarily dealers that are here, and you can buy a lot of good things wholesale, and a lot of rare things turn up too. And we're going to walk you through and go through our normal routine, and hopefully you'll see something that interests you. Oh, we stopped by Hal Wright's table here. Hal's back there eating potato chips or something. Good guy, been around the show circuit for many years, and he carries a variety of different Militaria. And here he's got a great photograph. Different items in here, shell casings. And then he's got a Knights of Columbus sword or something, and a Bulgarian piece, and I'm not sure what this is, maybe Japanese, I don't know. A couple of samurais, and then he has a nice German Imperial Naval officer's sword. It's got the red and green eyes and an ivory grip. Somebody shined it up quite a bit, but it really looked its best like that. And then it has a terrific blade. Really, really nice. What are you asking for this sword, Hal?
I'm taking $800.
You hear that, collectors? 800 bucks. If you're nice to them, you might even get it for less. I mean, that's a real bargain. Something to think about.
They haven't been trying to negotiate something for him.
And we're looking around here, and he's got a mint. Can I open this up, Hal? This is an interesting gorget. It's Feldgendarmerie. These guys were like the MPs of the German army, and if you look on the eagle and the two boss buttons as well as the writing, it's all done in a luminous paint so that these things glowed in the dark. And this one is absolutely in mint condition. Has the hard back that's like a masonite kind of thing with the two tabs, and a good steel chain. This gorget is in mint condition. It really looks like it just came out of the box. I think Hal wants about 1,300 bucks for it, but no money there for poor old Wittmann, so we'll let this one sit for a while. Well, we're coming down the aisles, and you can see here's another showcase that has a multitude of things here, everything from Lugars to P-38s, a Bundeswehr gravity knife, a late SS dagger, an RAD, and some belt buckles, medals. You've got a whole collection here in just one showcase. And then next to it, he's got a nice early Luftwaffe first model here, and a couple of bayonets, a reproduction Thompson submachine gun. So there's something for everybody at this show. And like I say, it's a good place to come just to meet a lot of the dealers, and you'll definitely find some bargains here. Oh, we stopped at another table here, and we have Mr. Igor Vrady. Where are you from, Igor?
Originally from Ukraine.
Oh, Ukraine. Uh-huh. Are you a friend of Putin's then, or no?
No.
No good, huh? No good. All right, well, you can't win them all, I guess. But Igor has a nice assortment of things here. He's got several cases, and again, there's something for everyone. Here we have some a broom-handled pistol, a couple of them, an SA dagger, a DLV glider pilot, and another SA. And here's a long barrel Luger. Tops it all off with a Deutsche Wehrmacht armband. I mean, you just have everything here, collectors. How long have you been doing this, Igor?
About 12 years.
12 years? Well, you ought to know what you're doing by now.
Trying to.
See, in the other case, we have an assortment of Army daggers. Here's a nice one with the aluminum mounts. Those are quite rare and very desirable. There's a bayonet here that's the style without the tip on the end, and it's got a set of SS runes in the middle of the grip. I'm not so sure about that one, but well, possibilities, I guess. Well, thanks a lot, Igor. We wish you well at the show. Thank you. Oh, he stopped over here, and we see old Bob Splitstone. Bob's been doing motel buys, I guess, for how many years, Bob?
40
years.
45, yeah.
So he's just a young fellow like me.
72.
72. Well, you're younger than I am. But Bob's got some neat stuff here. He always has an assortment of things because you never know what you're going to get when you go to these buys, right, Bob?
Absolutely.
So you have to know a little something about everything.
You have to know a little.
Yeah, just a little bit. And a little will always get you in trouble.
No, every little time, like, is this good?
You see, Bob's got some nice medals here.
I was like, is this good?
These are all Air Force related, except for the Tino on the end.
Not so cool.
Is that Tino real, Bob?
Yes.
Is it?
Yep. Serial number.
I've seen these and people told me they were copies, so that's
And this is an extremely scarce piece too. That's the Gal Essen, the badge, not the tinny.
Gal Essen. Oh yeah, I've seen the tinnies.
Yep.
Never saw the
they're
badge.
aluminum. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, you got some nice Luftwaffe badges. Is that the original case for that
Yes.
one too? The pilot's badge?
Yep.
And here's an Austrian here.
Yep. Airsless.
What are these pilot badges going for these days, Bob?
In the box, probably not what they did a couple years ago, but
Yeah.
I would say in the $650 range.
That's cheap
You know,
enough, isn't
and
it?
again, a few years ago, they'd bring 200 or 300 more than that.
Yeah,
You know,
I remember, yeah.
nature of the market.
Things have come down, but don't worry, collectors, they'll go up again. It's the way it is. Okay, great. All right, we're stopped at Terry Patton's booth here. And, Terry specializes in autographs and photographs and bronzes and lots of different things. And he's a pretty well-known guy. You go back and forth to Germany, don't you, Terry, and you get most of your things there, right? It's we stopped by because there's an interesting collection of photographs here from basically a restaurant in Heidelberg called the Essen House. And the SA from the city used to have their meetings in this place. Is that right, Terry?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And the pictures of some of the members of the SA were on the wall for years there, even after the war. Is that true? Or?
I'm not sure when they took them down, but I got them from the guy who got them from the restaurant.
Got them from the restaurant. But just some of the, I mean, this guy, he looks like he loved the Wiener Schnitzel there.
Yeah, and beer.
As well as the beer. And this is a nice family here with the father and the two sons, all dedicated party people there, as you can see. I hope they made it through the war. And then, of course, they had
Joseph Goebbels.
traditional photos of the bosses, too. There's a signed photo of Goebbels. And there's one up here of Lutze. Some really interesting
Robert
things.
Wagner.
Robert Wagner. And many of these photographs are all autographed. I guess some of these guys considered themselves semi-stars in their town.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
And if you didn't like it, they'll let you know that they are.
They'll get you straight.
Yeah. Really an interesting display. What's this picture of Himmler over here? What is this album, Terry?
This came from a old guy in Stuttgart, that
Yeah.
he put it together before the war, of course. There's 84 signed photos,
Wow.
17 unsigned, all of the top Third Reich personalities. Everybody from Hitler to Himmler to...
And he labeled them all like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at here. Look at here, folks. Boy, these are terrific.
Yeah, it's quite a collection.
Oh, there's Rosenberg in all his glory. Yeah. Von Fritsch. He got kicked out in 37, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, Ritter von Epp. Klages. He has an honor sword, that guy. Bruckner. Ah, good old Julius Schreck. Gotta have him in there. Yeah, there's a lot of photographs. What's this album worth, Terry? Well, we don't know what it's worth, but what do you want for it?
I would sell it for around 20.
20,000. Because most of the photographs are signed, right?
Yeah, they're all, well, most of them.
Yeah.
This is a list of everybody who's in there.
So you see, collectors, this is not just some photo album that you would run across at a flea market or whatever. It was something that was purposely put together by an individual during the time, and he went through the trouble to collect all the autographs, just like people do today with movie stars. And now when we have an historical period, 3 generations ago, it becomes a very, very valuable thing and much sought after. I'm sure you'll get your price on that.
Yeah. It's a very fair price on an individual basis.
I mean, there's so many infamous people there that it's really terrific. Thanks a lot for sharing that with us. I'm impressed. You know, we're coming along here at the show, and we came to this case, and I thought maybe my eyesight was seeing double or triple or quadruple, but these are all firemen's bayonets. Wonder who the heck is collecting these. What is your name, sir?
Chester Larson.
Chester Larson. I know you a long time, but I'm acting like I don't. Why do you collect firemen bayonets?
Well, I was a fireman when I came back from Vietnam.
Oh, I see, and that got you initially interested then.
Right, and I collect buckles and fire police.
Anything kind of related?
Yeah, I've got about 370 different configurations. Like Puma.
370.
Yeah, like Puma has 3 different size trademarks. They have a 10 millimeter, a 12, and a 14.
See,
And
you're
then-
probably the only one that knows that.
I don't know.
I've noticed the different sizes, but I never thought to measure them.
Yeah, Puma's a good one, and there's like 15 different combination trademarks that I've found on packs.
I know sometimes you'll see the Tiger ones, and then there'll be a distributor on the other side. Do you know the ones I'm talking about?
Right, right. And sometimes you find a Tiger that'll have Tiger with the name Tiger underneath the picture of the Tiger.
Right.
And some of them, they'll have the Tiger on one side and the Tiger name on the flip
the other.
side. Yeah.
And they also come in sawbacks, do they not?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've got.
How many sawback bayonets you got?
Well,
Just off the top of your head.
probably 50.
50 sawbacks.
50. I have 90 that are numbered.
Wow.
Sometimes the frog, the scabbard, and the bayonet will all have the same number on it.
See there, then that's very collectible.
Right. They're tough to find.
Yeah. So see what you can do, collectors here. A lot of people, they say, oh, I don't know where to start in collecting. Well, if you can specialize in something like this, and like Chester here, he knows a lot about the subject because he's zeroed in on it and done it for many years, and you probably know more about fireman bayonets than anybody in the world.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh, I do. I'm sure you do.
And the other reason, besides being a fireman, they're low on the pay scale.
Well,
but
yeah,
they're
it's
going
true.
up there.
They're going up. A good sawback anymore is up to $600 or $700.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so well, we really appreciate you sharing this with us, and we hope you're well at the show.
Hey, good luck.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Yes, sir. Well, we thought we'd show you a couple things at our table too. I mean, why miss an opportunity to advertise, right, Chris? Absolutely, he says. One of the neat things that we bought here, as you collectors know, I enjoy a cigar now and again, like 4 or 5 a day. And this ashtray is all crystal and made for cigars, but wow, look at the etching in the center. Isn't that fabulous? What a piece of history. I'm sure my wife will just love it. Okay. we're going to go over and talk to Walter Kanzler. You know that we can't do a video without having Walter in here, otherwise we'll get complaints. So we're going to go see him now. Well, as I told you, we have to have Walter in every video, otherwise we'll get complaints. So you all know Walter Kanzler, I'm sure, by now, and he never fails to have something terrifically interesting. And this time we have a great porcelain on steel original sign. And what does this say in English, Walter?
Well, a rough translation is all hookers must distribute condoms because of hygienic purposes. Soldiers of the Waffen-SS must use condoms. Anybody with a venereal disease must register by the SS Feldgendarmerie.
So there you go.
But this came off the Ripperbahn in Hamburg.
What's the Ripperbahn?
It's the red light district in Hamburg. It's been there since sailing ships.
Oh, is that where they have the girls in the windows?
Well, no, that's in Holland.
Oh, Holland.
That's the one in Holland. This one you're just on the street, but
And this was in that district?
well, it was there's a doorway you go in. Only men are allowed, or working girls.
So how much is this, Walter?
Expensive.
Walter won't say.
It's expensive.
There was an asking about the price of it, and we don't really know because Walter just got it and he's trying to decide how much it's really worth.
Yeah. It's a neat thing.
And I think it's really a neat thing. Very
And
historical.
even has a little, which I can't decipher, but marking on the back.
Yeah,
But something really unusual.
it is unusual.
But I got a nice blade to show you.
Did I see that?
I mean, they're all nice, but
Yeah.
this one's particularly nice.
Oh, I love this. Collectors, we're looking at an early SA dagger here of initial production with nickel-silver mounts. And if you'll notice, the blade is an artificial Damascus. During the process, you were permitted to order any kind of blade that you could afford as long as you left the outside of the dagger alone. So this is an example of an SA man that maybe had a little more money than the rest of the guys.
I think they were what, $1.50 more or something
Yeah,
like
some
that.
crazy,
Some silly.
1 mark 50
reasonable,
Phoenix. And as you can see, it has like it's a beautiful band pattern. Kind of looks like what you look like when you pull a piece of Turkish taffy apart. That's the way it looks.
Turkish water pattern, yeah.
And then on the reverse, the blade is unmarked. And I want collectors to know that a lot of these were faked in the 60s. We see them all the time. But this happens to be one of the originals. And originals are very rare. In fact, all the fake ones you see, they have these crazy trademarks, Luna, Schloss, Wiresburg,
And usually they're gold.
Right. Yeah, usually
That's what always
That's true.
gave
It's
me
another
hope
fact.
that
Yeah,
the
fact
wording
it's not
isn't in gold. Yeah.
And I looked at this dagger inside, and the workmanship is absolutely superb and factory all the way. So
What's the cow on it? Remember?
I think it's Niederheim. Is it Niederheim?
Niederrhein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a terrific original piece here that, Walter, you turned up some good stuff. I'll tell you.
I've been very lucky over the years.
Very lucky, yeah. So this might be something that maybe I'll get on consignment if possible. You never know. And maybe you collectors can get a shot at it. A very, very beautiful original piece. Thanks, Walter.
Anytime. I was
sir.
also lucky to get a nice Eagle order and a chained SS. And a nice. This is unusual too because it's personalized.
Yeah, you don't see that
seldom
much
see
with,
them. Yeah.
This is the standard 3219 Eichhorn etch pattern, but the original owner has had his initials professionally.
HG, Hermann Goering.
Yeah, right. Oh, we're over here with Ed Sunday, and Ed is an expert on watches as well as Third Reich memorabilia, but probably more on watches than Third Reich.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Well, we happen to have a German pilot's watch here that a consignor brought in, and we don't know an awful lot about watches. So anytime in this hobby when you don't know a lot about things, you're better off to ask someone you know that does and you trust. And of course we trust Ed with anything.
Oh,
right?
yes, yes, we do.
So what the heck is this watch, Ed?
Well,
it is German, right?
This is a German pilot's type watch, made in the 40s. It's the product is made by Lufthansa, which was a very good producer of upper-end mechanical chronograph type watches for timing.
Is that what these things are?
These are the pushers to engage it, and then you would start it with the top button. And as the sweep makes a full rotation, the counter will move one notch for showing 1 minute elapsed time and so forth. And so once that makes the rotation, we would stop it with this button and reset back to 12.
So they would use that for timing of flights?
Timing of flights, bombing run.
Things like that?
Yes. And pretty much this is a very good watch. This is an excellent movement. Yes, this is really good, top quality, all steel case, all stainless steel. And on the back we have the nomenclature, Reichsluft Ministry. A great piece, all well marked and all original. This watch is,
Well, it comes from the veteran son, so
and it doesn't
I
get
know
any
it's
better than
original.
that.
No, it doesn't. No. Well, that's really great to know.
Nice piece.
And you think it could be 2,500, $3,000?
Yeah,
in
I would
that
say
area?
between 2,500 and 3,000. This is a really good size too. This is a large size for a man. A lot of times they were like we call 3/4 size or almost a boy's size.
Yeah.
But this watch was not inexpensive when made. These pieces were pricier at the time. This was a
Did
top
they have to
quality
buy
watch.
them themselves, or did the
A lot of
Luftwaffe
times
supply them?
I think the Luft supplied some,
Yeah.
but most of the time I think a lot of these guys went out and bought their own stuff.
Well, if
a lot
your
of
life
officers
was at
had their
stake,
money.
you'd want to.
Yeah, you wanted a good timepiece, and
Yeah.
this is one of those.
Wow. Well, that's really great to know.
It's a great piece.
I appreciate it, Ed. I
Oh,
really-
you sure? Hey,
Boy,
nice piece. Like to find these every day.
if you ever want to know the difference between an SS and an SA dagger,
You're
just
the
ask
man.
me. I'll ask you. I'll tell you.
All right.
Thanks, Ed.
You
Give me
got
my
it.
watch.
Yeah, I want it now.
Thank you very much.
You got it, guy.
I appreciate it. While I'm here, I have to see Mrs. Sunday and buy a little gift for my
There you
wife,
go.
too.
Now you're talking.
I find that if you use the word equal treatment in this hobby, you get along much better.
Don't you think
Did you ever notice that?
I noticed that. It works, doesn't it?
It's amazing. Before we wrap up this show tape at the Roberts Center, I wanted to share something that we just acquired. This came in the parking lot this morning. And what we have here, this is a naval parts dagger. I've seen these in the past, and the rings are welded to the scabbard. The blade is just plain, and it has no blade lock in it or anything. The throat is put on with a screw in the reverse, which you never see on period pieces. And we see these parts pieces once in a while, and we wonder, gee, I wonder what this is all about. And with this particular dagger is a certification that's signed by a captain in the Air Corps, and it's dated 22 May 1946. And what this paper says, one, this is to certify that Corporal Anthony Kessler Jr. Has in his possession one German dagger which is of legal purchase. Two, this dagger was purchased in a German factory which is still manufacturing them for military personnel of the Allied forces as souvenirs, not war trophies, and signed and sealed by the captain. I mean, isn't that cool? Now we know the derivation of these crazy naval parts pieces that we see once in a while. I mean, what a great thing for someone that collects naval daggers and is interested in their history. So you just never know. Here we are, 2017, and after all these years, we finally figured out what these daggers are. What a great thing. Well, we'll see you all at the next show.